Hello friends, welcome back. Law Creations here with my finished result for my diorama. I appreciate everybody following along, the input, the likes, and this is the final result. I'll show you how it came out. I'll show you what I did to achieve certain things, and pretty much this was kind of the idea I had in my mind, just a stone wall with any kind of figure, but right here is the Soul Commander, taking a break and maybe napping, and that's kind of the idea of this particular scene, and about to be ambushed by a reborn trooper. So that's just the idea. There's several different things you could use this diorama for, not necessarily just this. So let's move this guy out of the way, and just to give you a closer look of the paint work, just a whole bunch of paints went into this. A lot of dry brushing. That chip effects gives a nice dry brush, makes it look very realistic. So if you come over here, you can see, just rubble, a little bit of debris. I kept it really quiet on this side. I didn't really clutter it because I just wanted to leave it open so I have room for figures. I can always do props or something like that, but that's the idea. Whole bunch of paint went into this brickwork, not just one color, but it was finished with a highlight of pebble on the edges just to give it that stone kind of look. I didn't want to just do gray. I kind of wanted to make it look very ruined and very damaged. So that's what I did. And here to my right is my paint palette. As you can see, it's several different paints. That's just a piece of like plexiglass, and it's a mess, but it cleans up nicely. And just to give you an idea of the different colors that go into this particular piece. So that's this particular side. It's a two-sided diorama. This one's not much going on. It's more to have space in the piece. So that's what I did. So if we go over to the other side, you can see pretty much it's a lot busier. There's a lot more going on in regards to debris. You got the oil barrels, you got like a chemical spill, you got some skulls there and there, another little stone wall. Just a whole bunch of colors went into this piece. To capture that chemical spill, I used a little bit of pasting gel with some airbrush colors, because the airbrush colors give a nice gloss. So it kind of captured what I was trying to go for. These barrels were painted with some folk art and then followed with some rust effects. So I tried to achieve some very realistic rust, and I think it turned out okay, but I'm sure there's always room for improvements. And I tried to mix some paste with some certain browns to try to give a muddy effect with some gloss medium. So it did kind of capture what I wanted to. I'm sure there's better ways to do it, but I used gloss medium and just some paint, some paste, and a nice dark brown to try to give that mud effect. And I think it kind of captured what I was looking for there and there. I didn't go crazy with it. I just tried to get it in certain areas. I got some over here. You can see a little spilling out over there, the chemical of whatever's in there. I just did a little bit right there. That stone wall, just a little kind of a decoration. But this came out really good, this side. I'm pretty happy with it. But I really wanted to pay attention to details on this side. I'm happy I did, because it kind of paid off in the final result. So, my plan for my diorama is realism. I try to capture realism. I don't want to just do a piece and just to do a piece. I really want it to be realistic looking. So that's what I tried to capture here. Details, details, details. Like I say, sometimes less is better, but I didn't go too crazy. I really like the mud effect. It captured pretty much what I was trying to do. And like I say, guys, this is for me a lot of trial and error. And like I say, if I didn't like it, I would redo it. But I'm finally at a point where I can kind of achieve what my imagination and my mind kind of sees. So I'm pretty fortunate there. But if you saw my first works, you go back to my first or second video, you'll see a lot of my works, and I think I've come a long way than back then. So everything's practice, you know. Sometimes you might throw it away, but stay with it, and you'll achieve exactly what you are eventually looking for. Okay, you can always put, you know, figures on this side as well. Not so much big guy like this, but you know, smaller figures. But you can definitely do quite a bit. But I appreciate you guys following along. I hope it was somewhat helpful. Ask away, ask questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. But I appreciate you guys following along, and your comments and your likes, new subscribers. Okay, so if you like this, hit the like button. If you like the channel, please subscribe. And you guys are awesome, and have a great day.